Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? My name is Dalton, and of course, this is my YouTube channel, Dalton My World, and I got a story time for you. And I wanted to tell you before I started working on my other projects and forget about it, okay? And but before I even tell you that, I ask you to give this video or any of my videos you like a thumbs up. I ask you to subscribe and share. Also, I love your comments as long as you keep them respectful. Okay. Now, this one is going to be called the X. Okay, and you may get more than one story time in this one. Okay. And before I go on, I want to tell you that you know, a lot of times I tell you different stories about different situations in my life. And I want you to understand that every relationship I had with females, and I'm a straight man, yeah, I'm straight, but every relationship, whether they're ex girlfriends, ex whatever, and because some relationships you can have and you're in a third party and don't even realize it. You don't have to have a sex with a person to be involved in the third party. You can just be mentally be involved in third party, spiritually be involved in a third party relationship, or both, mentally and spiritually, and never have sex. But you're tied in. And some people involve people and don't even realize they involve them. Okay? I mean, some people do realize they involve them. So, but a lot of my relationships in the past were positive. I haven't dated anybody in a long, long time, but that's on me. Okay, it hasn't been because there's not really good straight women out there. They are. Okay, I just want to lay that down. Okay, so this one's called the X, right? When I was younger and I was living in Oklahoma, and this particular girlfriend, I've dated women my race and a lot of different races. Okay, um, I could care less what color you are. Uh, now, but this particular ex girlfriend was white. Okay. And I remember I was at the club, right? And I'm jamming, dancing, and I don't mess around with drugs. Uh, I don't mess around with even weed. Even if it was legal in my state, I don't mess around with it. I hate the smell of it. And I'm not putting down other people who do it. I'm just saying I don't mess around with it. Matter of fact, that's why if I ever go to a gathering or something, I like to drive my own self. Okay, or make sure I have enough money for Uber or bus. If I don't like that environment, especially if they start smoking weed or something like that, I'm out. So here's the deal. I'm young and I'm dancing at the club and having a really good time, right? So one of my ex girlfriends, I mean, I haven't seen her in a long, long time. And now when I see her again at the club, she's uh, she has a couple kids, and I think she might even be married, right? So I'm like, okay. I wasn't sure if she was married or not, and she's up here talking to me, and we're dancing and everything. And then she asks me, she says, "Could you, could you do me a favor?" And I was like, "Sure, what?" And she said, "I got something set up, and I was wondering if you would buy something for me." And she was talking about a designer drug. Okay, she wasn't talking about no weed. I don't mess around with weed anyway, but she was talking about a designer drug, right? And I'm looking at her going, what? She goes, yeah, it'd be real quick, real quick. I got the money. I'll give you the money. You just go over this person. They'll give it to you. It's real discreet, and you just give it to me. I appreciate it. She says, I haven't been out in a long time since I had kids, and I'm just want to have a good time. And, I was a little offended, because Even when I dated her, she knew that I didn't mess around with that, you know. So now I ain't saying I'm a saint, and I'm not saying that, I'm not saying I'm a saint, but I'm just saying she knew, and she came up to me and she started to hand me some money. I said, no, no, no. Listen, first of all, I said, I'm uncomfortable with that. I don't mess around. Okay. And I said, and I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I said, but you have kids now, you know? I said, you really need to be careful about that. I said, if you get yourself in trouble, you could get thrown in jail, and and that's going to affect your whole family. So she smiled and looked at me and she said, well, duh. And I was like, what? And she goes, why the hell do you think I'm trying to get you to do it for me? Oh, man. And it took everything in my mind, my body, just to keep my mouth shut. Woo, I was, uh, I was upset. Yeah, she literally said that. Duh. Why don't, why do you think I'm trying to get you to do it for me? So she could throw me on the bus if things went wrong, right? That was the last time I spoke to her. Let's just say that. Ever. Ever. Okay. I mean, you're talking to a person that has a Taurus. I think they call them ascendant. If you're in astrology, you betray a Taurus, man. I mean, I'm an Aries, but I have a Taurus ascendant. So you betray a Taurus. Yeah. If you ever betrayed a Taurus, you already know. And that was the last time I ever spoke to her. I saw her a couple times, didn't even talk to her, didn't look her way. And it was and I remember when I was second story time, when, and it was a Latin woman that I was unconsciously involved in a third party relationship with. Okay, and she was good. She was good. She roped me into it. Okay, she roped me into it, and and after I got out of the relationship, and this was when I was living in Texas. She was Latin. I think she's military. I don't know if she's still in the military. She joined the military for a little while, like Army. Um, and she was good at manipulating because she even had books on it. And I remember one time we got in a deep conversation about something, and she was like, "Well, Dalton, if you ever really want to be successful, if you ever want to be rich and you want to be successful, I can give you connections and I can help you out." And I'm just like, okay. She goes, but uh, you're gonna have to be willing to have sex with these people if they want you to have sex with them. These people well off and they have connections, and you're gonna be have to willing to want to do all this stuff and all that stuff, and and but and if you ever want to be successful, you're gonna have to be willing to, in a sense, sell out your morals, and cut your emotions off and just do whatever they want you to do. And I mean, straight, this is a true story. And I was like, and also I realize now that she was also, I forgot what you call it, when a person grooming, she was grooming me. She was grooming me because she also kind of wanted me into a third party relationship physically. she had groomed me and roped me into a third party relationship mentally and spiritually with her. So, and you'll know if you are mentally and spiritually in a third party relationship because when you break off that friendship, okay, the what happens, what you feel is going to be a lot worse and more emotionally attached than if it was just a friendship that had to be put on hiatus or completely eliminated. Okay, and there's a lot of people they know how to groom you. Trust me, there's a couple of people that tried with me. Okay, and when I say third party, I'm talking about two guys and a girl, and she would be the girl. You get what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. I had an ex girlfriend that wanted that too, and but that tried to groom me. Okay, and what came to me, and I had thought long and hard because I'm younger. I was younger. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to get to that point. I wanted to make the money, be successful, and then in my mind take care of my mom, my family, sister, and people I care about, and make that big money. And that she was telling the truth. Okay, logically, that's one way some people do it. And I'm not putting down people who are rich or well off, got inheritance, or not. I'm not putting y'all down. Okay, I'm just telling this is her point of view. But then a one time I was really thinking about it, meditating on it, and even praying about it, and then a scripture popped into my mind so strongly that just woke me up. Okay, and it said it's in the Holy Bible. I mean, and I'm not really a religious person, but it was in the Holy Bible and it said, "What is it worth if a man gave up his soul and inherited the earth, got every materialistic thing he or she ever wanted, but they gave up their soul to do it? What is it worth?" Okay, and the answer is nothing, because a person's soul, even if you are down on your luck, you're homeless, you're on the street, this is your last days on earth, your soul is priceless. Okay. And and then that woke me up, and that part of that was the proceeding of me just cutting that friendship off. It was a lot of other stuff that happened. Okay. And I actually felt sorry for her because somebody had to do her really, really bad, had to hurt her really bad for her to gain that perspective and think that that's the only way to achieve anything. And that is a way to achieve a lot. Okay. That is a way to achieve what you want. Okay. But little by little, you are giving up your soul eventually by going that route. You know, and but that is a way to achieve. But when someone's grooming you, a lot of times they want you to think that that's the only way. Uh, there's multiple ways to achieve success. And honestly, like even now, I don't have a job right now. I live in a HUD apartment, and I am thankful, you know, uh, for what I have. Okay, because I'd rather be here than to give up my soul and be in a luxury penthouse somewhere. Okay. Well, anyway, that was my story time. I hope you enjoyed it. And also, if you want to tell me other times in in a comment where you were in a relationship and then when you woke up and realized that that person was trying to groom you for something else, or when you had a situation where that person was trying to use you as a patsy, or Oswell. You know what I'm saying? Like like the first story time. All right. So you take the downfall. All right. I'll rap to y'all later. I just want to give you that story time while I was in my mind while I'm working on my other projects. All right. And y'all be careful out there. And again, remember, go out and vote. Whoever you want to vote for, go out and vote. Don't be intimidated. But also watch your back because November the 8th is a full moon. All right. And I should rap to y'all later. Peace.